Well, I don't think it's necessarily these DSLRs which are threatening film, because they are a completely different beast. They're way lower end. It's much more of the Red One which is threatening the films. Those sort of cameras. These are much more for the independent filmmakers, for people who are making music videos, corporate things, anything like that, who are trying to get really high quality stuff, but at a really affordable budget. Just in the past 18 months, things have changed enormously.
And what types of tests are you running?
Well, that's a good question. There's sort of a two-part thing. One is, I think that people want to see how these new DSLR cameras even could compare to film, which is the gold standard of filmmaking. And the second thing is how they kind of compare against each other. So we're doing a lot of, really detailed tests where everything is, been documented on charts and graphs, and we're really trying to make it as apples to apples as possible.
But the reason that Zacuto, who've organised this whole thing, have chosen the DSLRs is because they are the buzz camera of the moment.
One of the things that we want to make sure that people understand is, when you watch this video, we're not testing everything that you can possibly test.
You could easily have done tests which included the EX1, the HVX, the Red. But if you open up the door for that, then you've got to add on the Panasonic 3700s and the optical XD cams, and it just becomes this uncontrollable monster, and it'll be impossible to really do.
We couldn't do that. First off, we've got people from all over the world here. Their schedules, so we really only have one prep day, one shoot day, and one color timing day. So we chose the things that we wanted to test, which are low light tests, grain tests, overall resolution tests.
So what they've done is they've narrowed it down, and we're calling it DSLR as we film, but it's not really. It's really more like DSLR. How close can we get these DSLRs to look like the coveted film?
But in this particular test, we could only do what we could do, and I just don't want people to think, oh, they didn't do this and they didn't do that. These are very specific tests that we did.
In other words, we're doing this without an axe to grind. We don't have we're not betting on a favorite or anything. We're trying to get a set of data where we can see exactly the differences between these new DSLR cameras that are remarkable and the tried and true quality standard 35mm film.
We would have like a major change every 10 years. Now there's like a major change every 6 months. 10 years from now, I don't know, 3D, holographic, I don't know. One day you're literally gonna be able to shoot and just bring a couple of, like if you're doing an exterior scene and in the city and where you'd really have to come out with a bunch of 18K lights, that's a pretty big endeavor in Chicago or New York. But as these cameras become more light sensitive, you'll be able to use the actual lighting there and just supplement with smaller lights. So that's a big shift in the whole filmmaking process,
Everybody wants it to look as good as film. That's what we've always striven to do with our video cameras, and we're getting really close now, and that's the exciting thing, is these cameras are so affordable. It's made it available to a huge amount of people, and that's what's so exciting about it.
This is an interesting time to be. I've been in this industry for 27 years, and this is the most interesting time.